Hello, I'm Ben. Welcome to the channel. So today we're going to talk about how to read people. And there's been several books written on this. This is one that I actually think is pretty good. It's You Can Read Anyone, and that's by David Lieberman, PhD. But you may ask, why would you want to read people? And there's 7 basic questions in this book that they say is what you're trying to answer every time you come in contact with a person. Those questions are: is he hiding anything? Does he like you or not? Is he truly confident or just trying to play it cool? Is he or she on your side? Is he or she an ally or a saboteur? How safe, stable, and sane is this person? And how is this person really feeling despite a tight-lipped demeanor? So it goes to this book and it tells you steps around reading emotional signs and physical signs and what they're showing you. But if you read negotiation books like Robert Carras, in life you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. Those books tell you the same type things around traits and counterpoint in negotiation to get what you want. There's another book called Speak and See Results. It's more around leadership. That's what that one looks like. It's an older book. Both of these are a little bit older books. It's a complete guide to speechless and presentations that work in any business situation. It takes the same things around personality cues and physical cues that you should pay attention to. Just for example, this sample I just opened to this page, and it says you should also look into their attitudes and values, both toward your subject and towards you, and the circumstances in their company or their industry right now. Sometimes an urgency in the current situation moves people more quickly toward action, and it goes to those type things, which some of that seems like it should make common sense, but reading it sometimes calls it out so you pay attention to it a little more. And here's what I would say on that. There's 8 ways to read people without them knowing. And I'm going to go through those things right now. Number 1 is people who cross their legs as soon as they sit down tend to have strong ambitions and proactive attitudes. That's fairly true. The second one, it says, is people who habitually touch their chins while speaking are generally cautious in their actions, or they have a beard. Guys, I touch my chin because I have a beard. So sometimes these things are going to be thrown off because maybe there's a hair out of line or something, and I see myself on the video and I'm trying to correct it. So don't overly count on these things, but just know that this is some common knowledge. 3 says those who often cross their arms over their chest usually have strong opinions, but can also be quite stubborn. 4 says when someone looks surprised for more than 3 seconds, it's definitely fake. So a surprise is a snap reaction. I've seen this before, and that's the thing about all the videos that you see on TikTok and all those nonsensical things. You can very quickly tell if it's been staged or not because you see that. So you can pick up on these cues if you're watching those and paying attention to what people do. If they mirror your body language, the conversation is likely going well, and that is a negotiation tactic. If it's not going well, you start to mirror their body language, and then they feel more comfortable with you because you're doing the same thing they are. That sometimes, even in a room where nobody has any similarities, doing a mirror type physicality response, when you physically do what they're doing, that sometimes makes people comfortable and settles down the room. That's a negotiation tactic that I've used. It's a very well-known negotiation tactic. If you haven't read a lot on negotiation, you should. It will serve everybody in any background. Be very useful. 6 is if a person laughs too much, even at stupid things, they may be feeling very limited or lonely. So they may feel like they're not part of the whole, so they're over responding to fit in. We all know that. That happened in elementary school. We knew that was the case. If their inner voice goes up and down, they're most likely interested. So if you hear them talking and they go up and down and they have emotional response, you can tell that they have interest and they want to be engaging in that way. So if you like information like this and subject matter such as these, please like and subscribe this channel. There's often books that may be older that you can order for cheap on eBay or Amazon that may help you in these things. These are 2 of them. There's several videos on negotiation on the channel. The books that I mentioned earlier, we have a video on those books. If you're trying to get ahead in business or in negotiating a job or getting a job, read those things. And since I mentioned that, there are some things that you should look at when it comes to interviews. And I'll pull those out since I just mentioned that. 201 Best Questions to Ask on Your Interview by John Cador. That's a good one. And then Power Interviews, Job-Winning Tactics from Fortune 500 Recruiters by Neil Yeager and Lee Hugh. That's another good one. And the reason I mention these is people that would use these tools that I'm giving you today, that would be great for negotiation and business deals. But some people, the only practice they get at those things is getting a job in a job interview. So why not use those tactics for that? So if you have some time, look into those books, look into what's suggested, and see if that works for you. It will help you achieve what it is you're trying to achieve. Please like, please subscribe. I'm Ben. Be good.